I went for a walk today. I had this assignment for my ethics class on my mind. We were asked to define our values, morals, and ethics, as well as state their origin. We've been reading this book called An Inquiry into the Good by Nishida. And we've been provided with examples and tables to help us find our own ethics and values. But I was pretty unsure. So I started to think about where my moral compass stems from. I asked myself, is it from my father's passion for bicycle riding? Or his talent in filmmaking? Is it from my mother's dedication to caring for sick patients, or her love of nature? Is it from my sister's gifts of musical ears, or their adventure-seeking hearts? Or is it a culmination of all of that and more? Perhaps it's the intentional community my family strives to create, through interactions that teach me responsibility and give me a sense of belonging. Or perhaps it's the support to the path to skillfulness that I got from wise teachers helping me to learn, allowing me to struggle, and become resourceful, all while encouraging me to share ideas and skills to others. Or perhaps it's the invitation I got to explore my imagination, to take my creative passions seriously, and allow them to come into action. My ethics stem from the values community, skillfulness, and creativity that were instilled through the positive support network my family created for me. So I knew this was the basic form of my ethics, my values of community, skillfulness, and creativity. But I wanted to find out the roots of them. So I dove a little deeper into each value. Community. When I think about community, I think of it like a collection. But rather than the collection being composed of books, bikes, or tools, the collection is composed of people. And all the people in a particular community are different, but they have some sort of common interest or goal that brings unity to the community. The unity brings me a sense of belonging to a group that's bigger than myself. It allows me to open up and have new experiences brought to me by all the different people in the community. Community brings me interaction, belonging, and responsibility. I value this because I want to gain experience through interaction. On page 19, Nishida says, "There is an individual because there is experience." I took this to mean that if we don't put ourselves out in the world and have new experiences through the communities we join, then we won't have our individuality at all. I want to feel part of something bigger and belong. I want to be responsible for my obligations on a two-way street. I think about how important my dad's bike team is to him. And me joining communities of athletes season after season are just an extension of that. I think about my mom's love of nature and how she forms a community of people to go on hikes with her, and how that inspired me to join my camp community that led me to the woods every single summer. And I think about how hearing my sisters play the piano so beautifully all the time inspired me to take piano lessons too. Skillfulness. I value skillfulness because it provides me with resourcefulness. It gives me a platform to learn and a reason to share it back to the communities that I form. I want to use what I know to improve. I want to expand my knowledge to grow. I want to share my skills so others can grow and improve too. We never stop learning, for when we stop learning, we stop growing. On page 99, Nishida says, "As our knowledge advances, we become freer people. I thought about how I become a freer person every time I learn a new skill. I have more tools in my metaphorical toolbox to solve a problem. I thought about my own journey of skillfulness. From when I was a little kid learning how to ride a bike, to when I was at camp learning how to live in the wilderness off the land, or learning a new song on the piano. I thought about woodworking and how it stemmed from one of the communities I'm in. I thought about rebuilding that house for Miss Sue and her family in rural Appalachia with my service group. I thought about how much of a positive impact I could make by building things for people in need. I thought about how I was challenged to take the skills I was learning from my own woodworking projects and teach them to other volunteers in a way that they could attain them. I thought about how that made me a better leader in that community and a better member of all my other communities too. I thought about how big of an impact skillfulness has had on my personal code of ethics. Creativity. Creativity allows me to appreciate the value that comes with exploration, passion, and fruition. I want to explore merging my skills with my ideas. I want to be passionate about creating to serve a purpose. I want to bring my ideas into action. Some people just see a pile of wood and pictures of boats. I see opportunity. I see layers of wood that can be laminated together, cut down, and shaped into a canoe paddle that can be used to row the boat. On page 122, Nishida says, "We are defined in what we do, and I want creativity to define me through my ethics." Brené Brown says that there's no innovation and creativity without failure. I thought about all my failed woodworking projects and how I didn't see every failure as a hurdle, but rather an opportunity to learn. I thought about all the times that my parents gave such grace to my creativity. My father was able to foreshadow that my flooding of the sink was an important exploration into my engineering career at the age of 4. And my mother was able to appreciate that my dismantling of her tulip bush at age 6 was just part of my passion for nature. I found clarity on my walk of my ethics, morals, and values, and where they came from. And while I can't be sure of what they'll be tomorrow, I can be sure that my values will take me there. My values of community, skillfulness, and creativity that were instilled in me by the positive support network my family created for me.